Hey, what's up everybody? So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys one of my favorite all-time New Balance collabs, and that is the New Balance 998 in Concept cnote. This is such a beautiful pair, and I can't wait to review it for you guys. So let me show you a quick look, and let's jump right into it. So these New Balance 998s retail for $120. I was able to get exclusive access from Concept, so I got these a little bit early, but the official date on these was October 5th, 2023 through the Concept and I believe New Balance website. Here we have a classic pair of 998s that originally released for New Balance in 1993. This re-release of this 998 cnote, or I guess you can say this retro version of the 998, originally released 10 years ago when New Balance and Concept got together and worked on this project. And the inspiration of this colorway was the new $100 bill that was issued to the public almost exactly 10 years ago on October of 2013. Obviously, the colorway is inspired by the latest US $100 bill, and you're primarily gonna find this off-white color as the base color throughout the upper of the shoe. You're gonna have some olive green, some gray, some copper colors, blue, a cream midsole, and white as well. Getting into the details and design of the shoe, starting with the inside part of these 998s, the sock lining is in a gray color as well as the insoles, and you're gonna have some New Balance branding there on the heel part of the insole. On the front of the tongue, you're gonna have the 998 New Balance made in USA. The 998 is embroidered in a copper color, the New Balance in a white color, and the made in US in a gray color. These 998s come out of the box with these white flat laces, but they also come with two color laces, one in an olive color and another one in a really light blue color. As you come down to the toe box, you're gonna find a pretty big piece of reflective material going across the toe box, but you're also gonna find some additional reflective material primarily above the heel counter of these 998s. The mesh base layer is in a light gray color, and staying true to a 998, you have that classic 998 design on this mesh. The upper layers of the shoe are in this really nice premium suede material. Once again, these are a New Balance sneaker made in USA, so you always expect really premium materials when it comes to the suede that New Balance uses. You'll find that off-white suede on the mud guard, on the quarter panels, and also around the ankle collar on the heel part of the shoe. On both lateral and medial side, you'll find the N logo sitting on top of a piece of olive green. The N logos on these are made out of a white leather, so they're not reflective. As we transition to the back of the shoe, you're gonna find the classic plastic material that you find behind the quarter panels of the shoe, and on this colorway, they painted that in a nice copper color. A new feature that you'll find on this version of the cnote is that these have the Concept name spelled out on the heel counter, where on the original pair you didn't have that. All the way to the back of the shoe, you have this really awesome heel counter in this olive green color, one of my favorite parts of this colorway. Above that, like I said earlier, you're gonna find some reflective material, and then above that you'll find the New Balance logo embroidered in a gray color. When it comes to the midsole and cushioning system, as far as the colors on this midsole is one of my favorite parts of this colorway as well. You have this really cool cream midsole on these cnotes, and if you think about it, going back 10 years ago, probably finding a cream midsole was pretty rare compared to today's sneakers. You do find a lot of sneakers with a cream midsole trying to give it a vintage look. This shoe was already ahead of its time, going back to 10 years ago, already had a cream midsole, which is a huge plus, a really nice feature of this colorway. You also find around the forefoot part of this midsole, it does have a white and a cool blue color, staying true to that $100 bill. Another cool detail about the 998 model is that it was the first New Balance sneaker to feature the absorb technology. And of course, all the way to the back of the shoe, you're gonna find a plastic heel stabilizer. Switching the shoe over to the outsole, pretty basic here. It's a rubber outsole, and you have the black and gray color. And then all the way to the back of the outsole on the heel, you'll find the New Balance 998 branding. These cnotes have a unique custom box, different from the one from 2013. The one in 2013 was mostly burgundy. Here they switched things up, kind of matching like a dollar bill, like $100 bill, I should say. And obviously you're gonna find some New Balance Concept branding throughout the box. When it comes to sizing with the 998, I recommend you go with your regular made in USA size. If you already own multiple pairs of New Balance made in USA, just stick with that size. I think that'll be a perfect fit. For example, I do have a pair of a size 10. These are a 9.5, and the size 10, to be honest, I do experience a lot of heel slippage because these are a relatively long shoe compared to other New Balance sneakers made in USA, for example. One of the main reasons why I went with the size 10 on that original pair was because the 998 does have a narrow look to it, and I didn't want the shoe to feel too tight around my toes, but I prefer going with the 9.5. It does feel a little bit snug around my toes, but it's not uncomfortable, guys, but I don't have that annoying heel slippage when I go with a 9.5. So I recommend just stick with your regular made in USA size. If you're someone who's never owned a pair of New Balance sneakers, if you mostly have like Nikes or Jordans, for example, I recommend just go a half a size down from your Nike and Jordan size when buying a 998. As far as comfort with the 998, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the 998 is definitely not the most comfortable New Balance sneaker that I own. It is not uncomfortable on the upper part of the shoe, like the mesh, the suede, and all the materials on the upper part of the shoe feel fine. I have no issues with that. It's just that this midsole is gonna feel very firm and stiff compared to like a 990 V5 or 990 V6 or 993 or 992, for example, or even like a 2002 R, a 1906 R. The midsole and cushioning system that they use on those type of models, in my opinion, just feel more superior than this. You know, you have to remember that the 998 released back in 1993, so it's a long time ago as far as the technology that they had back then and what was the style and what was people used to back then compared to now. I think now most people do prefer a softer midsole, but it also has a good response, a nice stabilization that you're gonna get overall comfort or even performance. With the 998, I would strictly use these for lifestyle, to be honest with you guys, but the shoe is not uncomfortable. It's not like you're gonna have it on and you're gonna feel tired of it. It's just that this midsole and cushioning system is gonna feel pretty flat and hard, that you're not gonna have that soft sort of bouncy feel with this model. All right, guys, so my overall thoughts on these New Balance 998 in concept is that, boy, oh boy, this colorway is just beautiful. Mad props to New Balance in concept for re-releasing this pair and celebrating that 10-year anniversary, because I honestly thought that I was never gonna buy this shoe because, you know, buying a shoe on resale, especially a shoe that's like 10 years old, is always a risk because you don't know how good that shoe is as far as the midsole. Is it starting to crumble? Is it gonna, you know, break down too soon? So I'm always skeptical about buying, you know, shoes and pay resale for a pair of shoes that is pretty old. So I'm glad that they retro these because, you know, getting them for retail is obviously a huge plus. And even if you probably pay resale today, because these just dropped and I think they had a pretty good stock as well, you probably won't be paying a lot for resale for this particular drop. So that's mad props to the team, mad props for them, you know, giving those New Balance fans what they really wanted, because this pair, guys, is just beautiful. The materials, the colorway is just so nice. Honestly, this might be the best 998 colorway. I know there are a lot of good colorways out there, like the J. Crew ones. Even Kith recently dropped one that's really nice. There's a few nice 998 colorways out there, but to be honest, man, you can't argue that this is probably the best one, and that's really high praise for this model, for this colorway. It just looks so good. As far as the materials that they use, like I said earlier, it's a made in USA sneaker. You really don't skip a beat here. New Balance just does an amazing job delivering high premium suede, and they really did that on this pair. There are some minor little QC issues that is not a huge deal. Like I think on my right pair, you might see a little bit of overspray here on the midsole. You see a little bit of the drip that dried up, but it's not a big deal. Nothing crazy here you're gonna notice from afar. I know you are paying a lot of money for a pair of shoes like these, so you do want them to be as perfect as possible, but they're not gonna be perfect, especially when they're being produced at the numbers that they were. I don't know exactly the numbers, so don't quote me on that, but I believe there were a, you know, decent amount. But again, it's not gonna be perfect. It is what it is, but overall, you are really getting high premium stuff here, and the shoe just looks and feels amazing. So with that being said, let me throw these on and show you guys how they look on feet. So that's it for me, guys. Hopefully this video brought you a detailed look at the New Balance 998 in concept in the cnote colorway. Let me know in the comments below, do you agree with me? Are these the best 998 colorway of all time? And like always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. To all the new subscribers, thank you. Anybody who's stopping by for the first time, you like this type of content, please feel free to subscribe. Please feel free to like the video, comment below. I would appreciate that very much. It just helps the channel grow, and I can't do that without you guys, all right? So also follow me on Instagram at Guy and Kicks and Threads. And that's it, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.